done by the city over the last few years. And as much rain as we've had today, not even a little speck for our drought.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're still about 6.5 inches below what we should have at this point in the year, even though we've gotten nearly 3 inches of rainfall, and not really any of that fell over our watershed. Unfortunately, you can see here we've got our watershed map up with the drought behind it. We've got that extreme and exceptional drought here over the watershed, and here's what the rainfall was today. Not all that much in this area, unfortunately. A little bit up towards San Antonio, but most of it has fallen down here in the coastal bend. Anywhere from 2-3 inches, even up to 4.5 or over 5 inches of rain have fallen. And again, I want to reiterate, these numbers are official reports, whereas the colors on here are rainfall estimates by our radar. So you see lots of yellow and orange down here and you think, gosh, that's a lot of rain. Well, that's just radar estimated. So we do have some reports of near 6 inches of rain just to the west of Corpus Christi. And again, this number right here for Corpus is for the airport. That doesn't necessarily mean here in town like we saw all the flooding on the south side of SPID earlier this afternoon. We do have a flood risk. This continues until 7 a.m. tomorrow rather. So here over from Freer, Orange Grove to Corpus Christi, we'll see the slight risk here in the southern coastal bend, but our friends north of that line are going to be in the marginal risk until 7 a.m. And as that low pressure spins away and moves closer towards the Rio Grande and the Mexican border, that shift, the flood risk shifts rather to the west with that and takes it over there. Speaking of flooding concerns, we do have an aerial flood advisory right here from Refugio down to Rockport. This is for one of these rain bands right here, taking the system taking on those tropical characteristics like the spiral rain bands. You can see another one of them kind of just to the south of Alice and Kingsville. If we zoom in on this one, you can see how it kind of started around the Portland area and then it slowly moved up northwards. So they've got that aerial flood advisory. We've also got a little bit of rain here just again to the south of Alice and Kingsville that we are monitoring right now. Overnight, we're going to keep in the 70s, so pretty comfortable in terms of temperatures, but the rainfall will quiet down just a little bit headed into the early morning hours. But going into tomorrow morning, when you're getting out the door, waking up the kids to go to school, we are going to expect some increased activity, and we are expecting the flash flooding potential to increase within the next 3 to 6 hours. So you have to make sure you've got a way to get those weather alerts overnight and that they're going to wake you up. 76 out the door tomorrow morning, but as we go into tomorrow afternoon, that shifts out to the west. Just a couple isolated showers headed into tomorrow morning, and then overnight tomorrow and Tuesday we're pretty dry other than some sea breeze showers heading inland on Tuesday, and as a result we are going to warm up a bit more for Tuesday than we are tomorrow. Those forecast rainfall coverage getting up to the peak around 6 a.m. when you're headed out the door, and then slowly tapering off for the rest of the day tomorrow and tonight. Tomorrow, that's really the rest of our main the meat and potatoes of our rain chances. Then going into Tuesday, Wednesday, just that normal sea breeze activity that we see on every other summer day. So looking at our rainfall forecast for the rest of the next day or so, as that low pressure continues out this way, you can see I drew the rainfall map to kind of follow how those spiral rain bands are going to move. And again, most of that rainfall going to fall on the western side of our area. 77 right now, dry here in Corpus Christi, though that could change pretty soon over the next couple hours. 76 in Corpus Christi tonight, so we're not going to change all that much. Drier in some places than others, but those rain chances go up overnight. Tomorrow afternoon, a little bit warmer than we were today, but still may not make it out of the 90s here in Corpus Christi. Low 90s around the coastal bend. Rain chances slowly get out of here tomorrow morning. By tomorrow afternoon and Tuesday, we are dry and warming back up for another week of August. Brian.
Thanks, Kristen.